Hello guys, myself Trend Dive Academy. Welcome back to this new video in which we are going to talk about crypto carding, its full breakdown of all the things that I will cover and like how it is done. It is just for educational purpose and it is the part 9 of the carding and general carding and cyber security series. So let's continue the video with the topic, that is what is crypto carding. Crypto carding is the illegal use of stolen credit cards or debit cards to purchase cryptocurrency. It is a normal term which you can search on Google and find some surface level details through which you can understand like what is crypto carding, how it works at the front end and the surface web level. So it is a method through which fraudsters used to convert the stolen funds into anonymous, hard to trace digital assets like Bitcoin or not USDT but Monero. Bitcoin and Monero are two famous coins that are used in these things which are done illegally, because these are the things that are harder to trace rather than USDT. Understood? So these are the things that happens in the backend. Like crypto carding is a way through which hackers or scammers uses the stolen credit card or debit card data to just use them and convert them into crypto like Bitcoin and Monero. Common platforms where these things are done are like not Binance in some cases. Like if you have verified Binance with fake details, then you can go with it. Like let's say there is a person with name Rahul, and there is a person who is a hacker who have made a fake account with the name Rahul, with the card holder's name is also Rahul. Then in that case Binance can go through with the carding, but in that case that is also much easier because that is a fully secured P2P trade in which you can do crypto carding. There are more like Coinbase, MoonPay, Switch here. There are many things like yes, Coinbase, Crypto.com, BitPay, KuCoin are often targeted. Carders try to buy crypto using fake or stolen CCs and quickly transfer into another wallet to avoid detection, because there are chances of chargeback. Chargeback refers here means that the money will be refunded to the card owner bank account. If the card owner will give bank a request that I have not processed this request, please refund my amount, then there is a system of 3 days in US bank accounts through which their money will be refunded in their bank account. I am talking about CC owners whose credit or debit card is used here. So moving ahead to the next topic, that is roles of CCs and fake KYC. Stolen CCs are used for purchasing, while fake KYC documents help bypass exchange verification. Many carders use Photoshop, IDs, selfies, and utility bills to trick verification systems. Because in Binance there is a system, in India there is a system called Aadhaar card verification with just OTP. No need to verify through your face ID or like that. So that makes easier, because a person who have made a rat and using that rat he is logging someone Binance, then he can easily do it in India because it just requires a OTP which can be easily bypassed without any FUD or highly made rat. Understood? And rat is a remote access trojan through which any person or hacker can control others device. If you don't know about rat, then search remote access trojan, rat. Moving on to the next topic, that is how stolen identities are used. Carders often buy full identity kits, that is called fulls. You have seen like in fulls it will give you all the things like SSN, MMN, date of birth, vehicle number, where he lives, where he was living, residential address. These things are sold all over the dark web or on surface web some markets, but surface web markets are waste. So many people prefers dark web markets or good suppliers rather than using the CC shops. Those worst CC shops, people find suppliers and dark web markets. These kits include name, yes, it's already mentioned, I talked about it. These things are used for bypassing the KYC checks, like when you are making payment, the owner have put a restriction that if the payment is going through my card, then there should be zip code or date of birth present. If they enter the wrong date of birth or zip code, then payment will not go through. These are some security checks that are called multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication. Moving on to the next topic, that is mixer tumbler usage. Once crypto is received, let's say a hacker received about a crypto using a stolen credit card, then he or she will send these cryptos to tumblers or mixers like Tornado Cash to obfuscate its origin, so that it's harder to trace that person who did these things, because here anonymity is the main thing. If a person knows everything well but he does not know that how to hide in the online world, then it's waste, because he can be easily traced. Understood? So without proper guidance and knowledge, never do these things. If you got anything like that, please report it to cybercrime and like that, and be safe. So final conversion and withdrawal techniques are like, after mixing with carders, withdraw crypto via, as I talked already about P2P platforms like Binance, it will convert to USDT or use crypto to buy debit cards, or many persons buy gift cards or real goods to cash out indirectly, so that there is a chain of withdraw. If a let's say there is a I am talking about legal what are that called, yes, I am talking about the legal consequences that may happen. So let's say if there is FBI or anything behind you, finding like you made a payment and he is tracking you, then if you are using a chain system, like you withdraw at this wallet, then from this wallet there are 10 more wallets connected, and you withdraw to those 10, and from those 10, half of them are used in buying goods, half of them are used in buying crypto from other platform or gift cards, then it is harder to detect. So these are the things that a hacker or a scammers do whenever he do crypto carding. So education and warning address. This video is just for awareness and education only. Crypto carding is illegal and traceable in some cases, but not in all the cases. Blockchain is public. Authorities use advanced tools to catch such activity, avoid it, solve the cost, as I already mentioned. So everything is just for education purpose. Just take these as education, not do anything or not involved in these things. So this is my Telegram channel, you can join, and I have opened a Discord server also. It will be active soon. And this is my Telegram username. Website is this. You can buy many stuffs from here and my courses if you want. This is the email for contact. So thanks for watching. Let's meet in the new video. Thank you. Bye bye. Regards, Trend Hive Academy.